Szent István Basilica, right in the center of Budapest. Szent István tér, the beautiful square in front, was being used as a car park, which was rapidly becoming an eyesore. To make it attractive and inviting again, the previously parked cars had to disappear under it. With a Vör multi-parker, it was possible to create 404 parking spaces in an underground public automatic car park. Access is via an entry ramp in a neighboring street, whilst the car park itself is under the square. Parking here is stress-free. Long searches for an empty space are now a thing of the past. Drivers simply approach one of the 10 transfer areas. Free transfer areas are indicated by a green light. As the driver pulls up to the stop line, a contact loop beneath the driveway automatically opens the entry door. She drives the car onto the parking pallet and is directed by a text display into the correct parking position, which is checked by laser scanners mounted on the ceiling. Once the system is satisfied that the car is correctly positioned, the text display will instruct the driver to switch off the engine and apply the parking brake. Meanwhile, the vehicle entry door has been closed and the driver can now leave the transfer area. The parking system token machine is located beside the pedestrian access door. She activates parking by answering several questions to confirm that it is safe to start the parking process. Then she receives her parking token, leaves the entrance level and walks directly up to the square. Meanwhile, the pallet with the car is moved horizontally out of the transfer area and an empty pallet replaces it, ready for the next car to be parked in. The pallet is transferred to one of 5 vertical lifts and moved to one of the 4 parking levels. The system software has calculated the fastest way to the next free parking space. Having arrived at the selected parking level, the pallet with a Mercedes is shifted onto a shuttle, again in exchange for an empty pallet. The shuttle is maneuvered horizontally to the front of the selected parking space. Throughout the system there are 2 rows of parking spaces, one behind another. In order to park the Mercedes, the red car is shifted into the empty second row. Now the Mercedes is stowed away, safe against theft and vandalism. Each parking process is monitored by CCTV, which is relayed back to staff in the control center. This is equipped to cover many eventualities, including automatic number plate recognition, which can be used to retrieve a car should the user lose the parking token. In order to retrieve her car, the user goes to one of the 2 automatic cashiers. She puts her parking token into the slot, selects her language, checks the parking fee and pays. The display will now indicate where her car is going to be returned to. The retrieval process is started and the car on the pallet is moved off the shelf and onto the shuttle. The shuttle transports the pallet with the Mercedes back to the vertical lift, while the user is walking to transfer area number 8. The quickest retrieval time is less than 2 minutes, the longest about 4 minutes. The door to the transfer area opens and the Mercedes can be exited in driving direction. That is what user-friendly and safe parking can look like. The Vör multi-parker, a parking system with a future, helping to regenerate inner cities and restore open spaces. The Vör Multi-Parker 730 offers up to 200 parking processes per hour. 5 transfer areas are designed for parking and 5 for retrieval on the opposite side. To cope with peak demands, 6 transfer areas are equipped with turntables. These transfer areas can be reprogrammed depending on requirements, so that up to 8 transfer areas can be used either for parking or retrieval. 5 vertical lifts and 2 shuttles work independently of each other on each of the 4 parking levels. Each parking level supplies 101 parking spaces, a total of 404.